Namaskara. There's always a deep disconnect between appearances and reality. It's like that saying in the US, I'm looking California, but feeling Minnesota. Bangalore is known as India's tech capital, startup capital, now the GCC capital. The list goes on. But ask residents, and many of them will tell you that infrastructure and quality of life do not match the ambition. Yet, the love for this city runs deep, deep enough for us to call it our home. And now there's a renewed promise of better governance under the new Greater Bangalore Authority. So who better to talk to about building a Bangalore for the future than the man who is in charge of the city's development and who many believe will become the Chief Minister one day. Sir, thank you for your time this evening.
You want me to have that? Enough, no? Okay, fine.
Sir, you represent Kanakpura, but I think you're very much a Bangalorean or a Bengaluriga like many of us. As the minister in charge of the city...
No, you are wrong.
Oh, okay.
I may be born in Kanakpura. My birthplace is Kanakpura. You should know that Kanakpura is Bangalore district. Bangalore district goes from Mekedat, Sangam. The border is Madur. Here is Savandurga. That is Bangalore. That is the border of Bangalore. Now it has been fragmented to different parts of calling it South Bangalore, North Bangalore, Rural Bangalore. See, my brother where he represented was Bangalore Rural, where I was a Jilla Panchayat member at the time. My younger days was Bangalore Rural. So it is entire Bangalore. Now due to this political management and administrative management, it has been divided, like we make the ward.
Sir, as the minister in charge of the city, how would you describe your performance in the last 1,000 days of the government?
Okay, first I would like to rectify you. You are telling about Bangalore on your Silicon Valley, there, this and all. Many new things come. I would like to remind all my friends here. I was urban development minister at the time of S.M. Krishna. Krishna was the chief minister. Atal Bihari Vajpayee came to Bangalore to lay the foundation at Vidhan Sabha. You can go to your records. Within 4 months, the Japan Prime Minister, British Prime Minister, China Premier, another one more dignitary came within 3-4 months to Bangalore. He said there was a time when the world leaders first come to Delhi, then they used to opt for Calcutta, Mumbai, Bangalore, Chennai, wherever they want. Now the situation has gone. This is 25 years old story at the time of laying the foundation, what he was telling me. So the world leaders are first coming to Bangalore, then they are coming to Delhi. The world is seeing India through Bangalore. That means India is seen through Bangalore. That is what the Prime Minister of this country also. Recently on the 6th phase of Yellow Line, which has been inaugurated, the present Prime Minister has also admitted this is a global city. I am not boasting that, I am not telling that the Congress only has done this. It is all of us have joined together, the earlier leaders, including your Deccan Herald. You had your head office those days in MG Road itself. No one can bear to have a newspaper office in MG Road, Rajavani or Deccan Herald. Those days the vision was like that, starting from the day. From the PSUs also, after Jawaharlal Nehru took over as a Prime Minister. He could have done HL somewhere, ITI somewhere, BEML somewhere, whatever the PSUs are there in Bangalore. Tata Institute was being done in 1903 in Bangalore. Tata's those point of time. That is the biggest strength and the knowledge capital which has been given. You see the judges now, they could have had the National Law School somewhere. All brainies, now judges. Why they had in Bangalore? the National Law School in our Bangalore itself. That is the talent what Bangalore has brought. So that is why Bangalore has brought more strength. Youngsters are more vibrant, and we accept everyone in the society. That is the strength of Bangalore. So that is why you have called me to discuss on Bangalore and the future of Bangalore for the next 2040. Thanks for calling me. Sorry I'm delayed for an hour because my flight got delayed from Guwahati. Anyway, let me go to your question. You asked me about 1,000 days.
How would you describe your performance as Bangalore in charge minister in the last 1,000 days of the government?
See, I'm telling you, I'm a well satisfied man. My vision for Bangalore, my commitment for Bangalore is different. Because the entire country, as I said you, is looking at Bangalore. We export 43% IT exports. We get back 13%. I was just speaking to the Maharashtra Chief Minister recently in Davos, on the way to Davos. He was telling me Americans or whichever part global leaders on IT or different sectors, they find difficult to do their business operations in Mumbai because there the rental prices has reached $3.5 to $4. As in Bangalore, still with $1 they can survive. And the housing sector, you still, if you have a 1.5 crore or 1 crore, 2 crores, with 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom, still you can reach their head offices or offices within half an hour, 40 minutes, and you can leave. The salary at Mumbai and the salary at Bangalore is almost same. That is what they look at. So in these 1,000 days after I came over, all of them cry only on one thing, is the mobility, the traffic. I too agree. But I've seen Delhi, I've seen Mumbai, I've seen any part of the state. It is more worse than Bangalore. But Bangalore is talked much because the ears and eyes of the world looks at Bangalore. No other looks at the Mumbai traffic. Of course, in Mumbai recently, lot of infrastructure also has been added. But in Delhi, it's a planned city. Except Kempegowda's whatever this small area was there. Apart from that, I don't agree, being a Bangalore minister, that it was well planned, like Mysore what was. I don't agree. Now we have to work out. We have to work out on the mobility plan. The population 25 years back was 72 lakhs. Now it is equaling to the population of the citizens. It is 1.4 crores. You just go to the motor registration company. Every day, 3 lakh vehicle has been registered every month. Every month. That means almost 10,000 vehicles. It may be two-wheeler, it may be four-wheeler, it may be rickshaw or anything. They may stay even at Bangalore Rural District. But every day you see about 40 to 50 lakh people entering Bangalore and going out. That population of 1.4 crores and this 40-50 lakh almost adds about 2 crore population. It finds very difficult. So the strategy what I have done for Bangalore, the master plan what I have done for Bangalore on mobility plan, you know the Bangalore business corridor now which I have started, it will be about 136 kilometers, more or less, including this internet something is there. Those days, if government had decided, it was only 3 crores. 3 crores. Now, what I have done is, for 67 kilometers, 26,000 crores. 3,000 crores, it was 26,000 crores. Like that, if we had taken a decision that was been notified in 2006 or 7, politicians did not take a decision, including some of us may be responsible for this. We have to do things at the right time, right decision. Because the cost of living after September 11th, I had a meeting with the American ambassador when Krishna was the chief minister. Krishna ji did not have time to meet him. He asked me to meet him. Myself, Shankar Lingegoda, he was my ACS to Mr. Krishna. We both had a discussion on various issues. He was telling me after September 11th, there is a big survey done, which is the safest city in the entire Asian region. That point of time, they conducted a survey because Europeans, Americans, that they feel that after September 11, they feel that there will be a big threat to cities where minority population is more. They feel that there may be a communal rights in India, as some issues may be there, where water is adjacent to that, like Chennai has a different problem on sea adjacent to it, like Hyderabad, 30% on one side is a minority dominated. In Chennai, the weather culture is different. They planned for 4-5 cities. They thought that Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai, Pune, Hyderabad, Bangalore, and all of them. After the survey was being conducted, they found that the political weather of those days in Chennai and the weather is different. Though people are good, capable youngsters, not very capable is there, but the weather sometimes go to 45, 46, 47, and some issues are connected to that. In Hyderabad, they felt that, yes, this is one part. That is why Chandrababu Naidu and then Rajshekar Reddy decided to have a peripheral ring road coming to the south of Hyderabad, bringing the city to this side of Hyderabad and the airport to this city. Then Pune, they feel that it is fully overloaded, and again this Marathi, non-Marathi issues will come down any day, and it is there. Then Mumbai, they thought that it can't take up that capacity. Delhi also, the weather is different. It has a different constraint, and the prices are rocking sometime point of time. Then they found that this is Bangalore is the safest with the knowledge. The children are very sharp. The weather is good. The culture is good. Then they came and Krishna, the request of Krishna, the first request was for 10 international schools. Not for anything. They said, we want 10 international schools to be given permission. Because whomever want to check all the Fortune 500 countries, they want to come and work here. They want their children to be safe. They want the family safe. First, we want our children. That is why Krishna agreed, and a lot of we gave permission to the various schools. They feel that in those days also, the quality of education, number of engineers in this state, 1.5 lakh engineers are being studying every year. There are more than 250 engineering colleges, more than 70 medical colleges. Nowhere in the country you have such a quality this one. As far as the paramedical is concerned, you'll be shocked. You have 1,500 paramedical, like nursing college in this state. Such a big human resource, people from Northeast, Kerala, different part of the, come and study nursing course in Bangalore. So this is the biggest strength what Bangalore has. That is why the population is growing here. For example, you make a small survey in Kanakpura, in Chenpatna, in Ramnagara, in somewhere parts of Kolar, Magadi. In my own constituency, more than 60,000 families are houses, fathers, parents are there. But all of them are working here. They have senior parents are there. All are shifting here because they want, they are ready to work in as a guard, they are ready to work in a hotel, They want their children to have a better quality education. They want some job. They feel doing agriculture is not worthwhile now. So that is why the entire population is being situated. So that is why I decided that we should have a master plan for Bangalore. First, the mobility problem should be sorted out. Big flyovers have to come. We have to invest on Bangalore. That is why I you saw that 1.5 lakh crore after I coming with this tunnel, with this drinking water, whatever your issues are there
Sir.
for a common man.
Sir.
I planned and this is what in next 1,000 days I put things on track and it is on the way to start the work.
Sir, you spoke about traffic. We had Rahul Dravid at our event this morning. Rahul Dravid had come to our event this morning. In his speech, he said traffic is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, problem in Bangalore. So we are expanding metro. You are also looking at various infrastructure projects. But do you think, sir, that strong measures like congestion tax or odd even scheme that was tried in Delhi a few years ago, such measures should be enforced?
No, of course, sir. The planning, what we have done now is some parts has been working on this artificial intelligence also on the easing of traffic. See, there is no option only with two. Making our flyovers, elevated corridors and tunnels. You can't. See, I'm telling you, MG Road, we did this metro there. As traffic come down, it does not come down. Wherever you want to pass, you can't widen the road. See, earlier in my Sadashinagar, when I bought a house, it was 2,000 rupees, 3,300 or something when I bought a house. Now it is 50,000 rupees a square feet. Any part of the road, if you want to widen, you have to break the property. Now, as per the new act, you have to give double the cost and the construction cost. Is it possible to give 50,000 rupees and break a house? Will you allow? No one will. Everyone will go for a litigation. It is not possible. For someone's lifestyle, why should I give? Why should I break my building? Why should I give? He is having on the main road a property is a curse to me. That is the question. So I think I also studied, I also visited a different part of the world, different part of the city. The only option was to go with the tunnel or with the wherever the metro we are doing. I am adding one more double decker, which can ease the traffic. That is the only option, and the metro and other public transport is only the option.
Sir, the tunnel road project is much discussed. But critics argue that the tunnel road will prioritize private cars and that the government should focus on moving people and not moving vehicles. How do you respond to this?
See, time is money. For everyone, time is money. They value that time is very much important. Going to office, going to institution, going to office. Criticism is there only for politics. Why Bombay, they are doing about 7 tunnels they are doing. Why Delhi has taken my own project report and they are doing their Delhi. For the sake of who doesn't have experience in administration, who doesn't know, they are criticizing the tunnel. Tunnel is not new thing in the entire world. We don't have any option. We can't pay money. Is government supporting any money, central government? No one is supporting any money. We have to do research from our own side and we have to make you travel. People who want to save time will pay some money and go. That is why we decided, let us do it on boot model. They will consult, they will invest, time will take. Whoever wanted to save time, they will go on that. See, in electronics, UPA government, Manmohan Singh ji, at the time of electronic city, we did that flyover. Some of the IT people also contributed for that. Little they contributed. He decided to give a flyover from Silk Junction to Electronic City. Then from Hepal to airport. Then on Nelamangala, Nirmangala Road also was there. Then again it is on Kola Road also, big road was been widened and that was been done. After that, any government took any decision to that? That was the programs held by the central government. Because they knew that Bangalore is more important for that. Bangalore is important for country. That is why that. Now, no schemes have come like that. No central government is helping us. I also have requested the Honorable Prime Minister number of times. But still, I have taken a very bold stand. I have presented my issues in this cabinet. We are standing guarantee on various projects. Now we are trying to see that this mobility problem will be sorted.
So what is the status of the tunnel road project, sir? Because
Already it is
the information we have is that the Adani Group is the lowest bidder.
I think for more than 20 people came. Not a small people can do this job. Investing 20,000 crores, waiting for a long time is not a small job. We'll give whatever the price they want to do, like we are not bothered about it. We want whatever viable gap fund we can't increase. So I think I was also told, but still we are just working out whatever the possibilities, whether we can come and have a discussion with their negotiating, all these things are there. A committee has been formed on that under my ACS and the chief secretaries, all of them are looking at
And
it
the tunnel road?
on the tunnel. We will take a call immediately.
Sir, Bangalore, I'm sure you will agree with this statement of mine that Bangalore has reached its saturation. Do you think instead of spending so much money, which is important, I agree, don't you think it is better to build a new city to decongest Bangalore?
I am also on the planning. That is why I just decided to explore to shift the sea. Right or wrong, Nice Road was well planned. If Nice Road was not there, I think the Bangalore would have been killed itself by this time. The traffic which is running is south direction. After that, Biddi, we wanted to do a AICT there. Again in the east of Bangalore, that Nandivudi, well planned it was being there. We had to shift, of course, without shifting to the different part of the, all the 4 sections of Bangalore. Bangalore will congest itself. This is also what I am thinking and I have started. There are a lot of political angle, political leaders, farmers. See, for instance, Kumar Swamy, one who notified it. Now he and his father both are against it. It is in his conscience. Now he is telling no, because Shukumar has taken the initiative for the making politics, he feels.
Biddi.
Biddi. And even in North Bangalore, we have to, Nandugudi is being notified, in Solar Beat is notified. We have to shift. There is no other option. Because Bangalore, the connectivity of Bangalore is very much important. We can't allow big population to enter. We should see that industries also shift out of Bangalore because of various other constraints. So we are looking at 2-tier, 3-tier cities to be built, given more opportunities. That is why I came out with a new policy of CSR policy. We have about 8,000 crores of CSR funds in Karnataka. I have requested, we have made a policy, we are requesting all these companies that whatever your funds, you please give for primary education, only for government schools. If they give these funds, whatever they have for primary schools, then you will see that the best schools will be available in the villages and children. I came to Bangalore only for education. I did not go out of Bangalore. No judges who come here, no advocate come here, no one who comes here will try to go back to Bangalore.
National Public School.
I was a part of this NPS. I studied my schooling, primary schooling in NPS. So no one will go back because of this weather, culture, Kaveri water looks more sweeter and no one will go back. There is the problem. Even when we had...
You didn't go back.
Huh?
Even you didn't go back.
No one go back. Not me. No one back. See, there was a big strike between these judges, advocates of Dharwad, Gulbarga. We had an internal discussion among these advocates who are staying here. and some of the judges. No one wanted to shift have their campus, second court in Gulbarga or Dharwad. Because if they feel all the clients used to have been come and sit here, used to come here. They doesn't want it. But forcibly we took a decision and it's been shifted there. Like that, no one will go. You check in your own office.
True.
You will know.
Sir, I want to next move to another important area of concern. It was in the news this week also, that of garbage. Sir, the bigger question is, why is Bangalore as a city still facing a garbage problem? Who is accountable for this?
See, we all politicians are
Politicians.
politicians, bureaucrats, both. We should have planned in a way, away some 40, 50 kilometers away, setting out a place to where garbage has been there and it should be treated. It should be burnt. Earlier we gave about more than 15, 20 energy conversion plant, waste to energy. You will not believe, not even a single unit have been successful. Only KPC unit is running with lot of difficulty, so the government is able to maintain the losses. All private companies closed. Here, some place has been identified long back, some 20, 30, 40 years it has been in Madhepura constituency. There the MLA is blackmailing us. We need more funds for development, not for that around this constituency because vehicle will go in that road itself. So he is demanding 300 crores, 400 crores. We are more or less giving 700 or 800 crores to all these MLAs. We are also yielding to these pressures and doing. Now I wanted to do a 4 places, north, south, east, west. Only 2 places I identified. My industries minister has his own problem. I said, give some 100 acres in my district itself. In Arvalli, 100 acres we will do. No, if you put the garbage there, all my industries will run out. That is the problem of my own industry minister.
Isn't that a legitimate concern, sir? No MLA would want the entire city's garbage in his constituency.
That is why I just gave them a threat and all of them were shouting against me. I said, if you do, I'll try to put all the garbage front of your house only, I said. What more I can do? Where I can do? Just now I was coming from the airport. I just saw left on the Palace Road. There is some acquisition problem, you know. I could see in that road. I wanted to just give instruction today to my officials. Either you build a wall or cover it. Lot of garbages I see because everyone enters that Bangalore. I could see in their places. Let them take that waste dump material inside the palace or let them clean that. That is what I decided. Just now coming here, I thought that looking at whatever you may ask, I know that all these questions you may ask. I was preparing myself. So I have decided to, all the vacant sites are there. They have taken 10 years, 15 years. No one is building. All fellows where vacant sites are there. Every house is going and putting garbage there only. So I thought that if they doesn't build the house, I'll double the tax. What more I can do? They have taken house. A lot of house has been allotted to them through BDA or CITB. If they doesn't build and keep it vacant, how can I secure that? I wanted to keep the environment clean. And while landing, now just I was thinking, in north, still there is no sewage. After Hebbal, there is no sewage. There is no BWSP water there. I was just working out how to sort out this problem because next 2-3 years, this ethanol water also will come. And as soon as I came over, I just added 6 more TMC of water to Bangalore. The 6th stage, 7th stage will start. Now, we'll have to, there is no option. Only for the airport we are giving this BWSP water. If that water comes out and the way construction is going on, if it doesn't plan sewage now only for that area, North India, almost 20% of the city is shifting to North Bangalore. Where the sewage has to go, that is also one big problem. That is why I was just looking, because earlier when I signed the planning authority file of the airport planning authority, which was being with Dodballapura, Devnalli and other parts, Bayappa, that was my last signature as a UD minister then. Then my officer did not allow me to allow drinking water to that place and make. Then after I came down, some ministers allowed that has happened. It is a very big problem. You don't have water, you don't. I think for last 10 years, even HEPA was not been given BWSP water.
So when you were thinking about this in the airport, what solution did you find?
No, that is, we have to have a master plan. I think right now my PWC chairman is somewhere, he is here. He was here. We have to plan it now only. Now we are giving plan permission to see that they will only have to have their treatment plant with that, something we are giving now. That will not be the permanent solution. The more the population, we should see that that sewage will go out and somewhere it should be treated in a longer way. Now after I took over this, I think more than about 20-25 treatment plants I think I have started now, last 1.5 2 years. I have tendered, my cabinet got it cleared. STP plant. Because this water also, see what happens now, even this new water, see this, 50 rupees, 40 rupees. Even milk also costs 40 rupees. This is the value of this water. The same water they are using for cleaning the car. The same water they are using for their small gardening. And the same water they are using for cleaning the animals also, which are there in the olden city of Bangalore. So the water is too costly now. It is very difficult. But still, we have to, it is the beauty of the government, we will sort it out. By God willingly, I should thank the Supreme Court. They have given us a permission for this balancing reservoir. This was been, Tamil Nadu was fighting with us. I had my own strategy. I pressed upon my legal team. They have given a permission that this Mekedatu. Now the ball is in the court of the Delhi government, Central Water Commission. I think that we are presenting a new DPR there. No one can stop it. That will happen, and the water problem for Bangalore also will be sorted.
So I have another question on water, but before that I want to quickly go back to the garbage problem. You said in the past, and I remember it was widely reported, you spoke about a garbage mafia. Now the question is, even the opposition asked this question, citizens also asked this question. If DK Shivkumar cannot break this mafia, then who else can?
More or less I have broken it. See, BJP government, they did some 90 watts, something. They called for a tender. Their own internal group only, they went to the court, they get stay. In Bangalore, we are used, I don't want to comment on this, they are using legally and PIL to misuse it. Through some small clerical mistakes which our officers do, they will have a nexus with his officers also down the line. 1 or 2 points, some new point will be there. On that point, they will get a stay. Then we are finished. One thing I would like to tell you, last 8 years, they did not allow our advertisement policy to come up.
Why?
They are getting some stay in the court. Our officers will make 1 or 2 small mistakes. Some may like, some not may like. Have you seen any wording? You are losing money. Even on the metro line, pillars were there, boards were there. That has been removed. Last 5 years, 6 years. Where is the money to the government? They go to some court order, get one stay, it is there. Like that, and the same case has been done on this mafia. They try to do all this mischief. Now, more or less, I think by the court did not agree. I made it a small 33 tenders. Every assembly segment, 1 tender. Big constituency is 1 tender. I think the tender has been floated. I think almost 90% has been cleared. I think we are moving it. And I have visited Delhi, I have visited Hyderabad, I visited Chennai and different parts of the country, saw their plants. In Delhi, within the city itself, they have a garbage burning waste to power. To generate, the next option is generate power with higher capacity. Minimum 24, 25 megawatt should be there. The second option is converting waste through gas. That is the option I have worked out. I have called for a tender. I think that is also on the final stage.
You spoke about hoardings, and I'm sure many members of the audience would have thought about this question that I'm about to ask you. Hoardings from a revenue point of view is fine. But what about political posters that are all over the city? So don't you think the city looks bad?
Yes,
with
yes,
so many-
of course. I have been warning, I have been issuing notices, including cases have been filed by one officers against me also. I said, do it, I said. Do it, I said. All birthday, putting chief minister photo. They'll be afraid when chief minister, prime minister comes, okay, some government posters, okay. And welcoming the prime minister, welcoming the home minister, welcoming the chief minister, all these things are there. Now birthday photo, death photo, all these things also have started. It is a very nuisance. I fully agree with you. I think the scale has come down. We should be more strict on it.
So you've been in the news for many of your statements. Even on this stage, you repeated what you said earlier this week, that I will dump garbage in the offices of or houses of MLAs. You recently also warned a member of the Apartment Federation during some event. Even your Nattu Poltu statement was very famous. Sir, don't you think you come across as threatening or intimidating when you say such things?
See, I don't want someone to threaten a government, whether I am there or not. You can't blackmail a government. See, garbage, if you stop the garbage for the MLA fund, no one MLA wants garbage in their constituency. Where to do? Film activities, film this one. They want every support. For any common issue, they doesn't want to be a part of the system. When government conducts some international film festival, somewhere approached Vidhan Soda, if not even a single actor comes there, single producer comes there, what is the message you are, for whom we are doing international film festival? Is it for me? See, if people who are in the field, either producer, director, actor, it is their festival. It is not my festival. Why should we do it at Vidhan Soda on a large scale? Whose festival, after invitation, I have gone to them, it should not their honor? See, after all, government stands by that. If any taxes has been raised, they will come. I know the difficulty of this one. I know how your pages for working out. If they doesn't respect the own community, who will respect them? They want glamour, they want advertisement, they want everything. They have to respect. I am not telling on their personal issues. We give them award. Why do we give them award? To respect their talent, we give them award. We give Rajas Award, we give Film Award, we give government also, apart from the private people, so many awards are there. Why? For having accepted their talent. That is why. So when government is organizing an international film festival, if not even a single actor is coming, it is not our personal. We can do politics, we can bring a lot of people, and we will do. And I am very sorry to tell that. Even coming to government programs, public programs, call sheet has been there. Prices has been fixed. I don't want to disclose their names. I should admire Puneet Rajkumar, at Ramya. I called them for branding of this bulbs, LED bulbs. They did not take money. I offered them. I am ready to give you whatever you want. Mysore. Puneet Rajkumar did not take money. But at the same time, I will tell you some other fellows for branding this one. Even Kumble also did not take money. But some of them, they ask what you are giving to us for government programs. This is our fate. I can't disclose. Sometimes, okay, fine. Some of them are there. But you can't.
Sir, I have one question on water because you're also the water resources minister.
Please.
Summer is coming. Will Bangalore have enough water by 2040, sir? Or do you think we are staring at a crisis?
See the plan what I've done. After I took over water resources minister, I just worked out what water will be left for Bangalore after this 177 TMC of water. 7 TMCs was been left. The first file I signed was keeping that 7 TMC of water permanently for Bangalore. That is what I have done. So there will be no problem. Only play lifeline is the Kaveri. That is why I did my walk from Mekedatu to Bangalore. Whether I'm here or not, the decision what I have done, my efforts has been done to get the order from the Supreme Court. That problem will be sorted out. The farmer issues also of this Kaveri basin also will be sorted out. It is a balancing reservoir. Recently, I don't know, you can go to the records, which we had a dam safety conference, we had international dam safety conference. There also I presented this. All of them agree with my argument. I think that will happen. I am telling you, after we came out, the new chairman is here. The last year, there are about 14,000 borewells. We had a very difficult summer. In that 14,000, more than 7,500 were dried. No tanks in the city was been with underground water. But somehow we managed it. And there is a big mafia of this water also supplying it. They charge 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. We made a cap. BWC water, we are supplying at 700 rupees, 800 rupees to them. Once Kaveri, some scheme we have come out on that. There are 40% illegal taps are there for them, including the apartments. I have given them opportunity for them also to come on the line, regularize them. Okay, at what time you can't pay? You pay in 12 installment. I have given them, so you have to bring a track on them. So if we brought this self-assessment scheme, I'm telling you. In this self-assessment, okay, we allowed the farmer, land builders to have their own assessment and submit it. 2 floors they are building, paying tax, next 2 floors, nothing is there. Now I am just looking at it, trying to see that everything is mapping everything. Like that, even more than 40% of water is been, we are costing to others.
Sir, quickly on property tax, what is the real property tax potential in Bangalore, sir?
See, 25 lakhs of properties are on the net, right? Still about 14, 15, 20 lakhs property has to be brought on lakh. See, Delhi, I went to Delhi with all my officers. The collection of Delhi is only 2,000 crores. But now, I have reached 6,000 crores in Bangalore.
What is the potential?
Potential, I think we can reach till 9,000-10,000 crores. We can reach till 9,000. Because we should see that we should make them the law-abiding citizens. Law-abiding citizens. They should pay. Whatever is said, because it is very difficult to manage things with a lot of this infrastructure. Because Delhi supports, central government supports Delhi. But here we can't. Only Bangalore government only can support Delhi. That is why for the better administration, I decided to divide Bangalore into 5 corporations. And I think I am on the process.
Yes. I'd like to conclude on that note because that deals with governance. Sir, you heard the saying, too many cooks spoil the broth. In Bangalore, there are multiple agencies handling roads, drains, water, power, etc. Will GBA bring everyone together?
Of course, this GBA, see, corporation, why 5 corporation, a committee was being formed on that. They suggested 7, 5 minimum. The size of corporation is being increased like anything. It is unmanageable with 1 corporation. Now we have 5 commissioners, 5 chief engineers. We have almost double the capacity. People should reach them. All the documents has been digitalized. This is a city with IT tech. All the document has been digitalized now. We have done e-Khata. Every house will have a photograph of them, the owner, the document of that house also, the photo of that house, the owner's photo, and all it will be different, and you can immediately see on your telephone what the records are there. Now everything has been scanned, including the PDA and including the corporation. The entire Bangalore GBA is itself a planning authority now. I am telling you, the government of India had congratulated us, they have awarded us. This is the best system what you have made. Better than Delhi, Bangalore has done. Better than Mumbai, Bangalore has done. That is what I have done. Because for generation, because you might have owned a property, you will not look at it, you may pay tax. But you should see that whether your records are up to right or not. Because a lot of misuse will be happening. Property prices, that is what you can give to your children. Ultimately, what own the property own a small house or a bigger house, what. So everything should be in a transparent way. But at Krishna time, again we brought one Bhumi scheme. I don't know, in the villages and all. With 5 rupees we used to get an RTC. So everyone could see these land records. Earlier they used to do all this forged documentation was there. Now, as far as Bangalore is concerned, I am so happy. The first question you asked, what is your 1,000 days? I am so happy. People in the longer run remember me. I know, I believe in history. I believe in the contribution. Whether we are alive or not, how many days we are there. Why people remember King Alagnandaya? Because he put this Vidhan Sabha here. Why they remember Krishna? He made it as an IT hub on that. Why they remember Kempegowda? I would have done anything there. So there is a big history to that. I also believe in history. So in my tenure, I wanted to contribute something because this city has given me everything. It has been given everything, and I am also part of this Bangalore. So we will definitely look at this city will grow whichever way is going.
And finally, sir, the last time people of Bangalore voted to elect their own councillors or corporators was 10 years ago. Will elections really take place?
I have filed my affidavit before the Supreme Court. By May, I have to conduct the elections. I am telling my party members, MLAs and all, winning, losing is not important. Let new leadership come. Let leadership go. Let them build themselves. We should give more opportunity to common people, citizens to be there, their voice to be heard, people to meet. Now 369 or I think 369 word be there. And one more 30% we'll have to make a new corporation add in the border of Bangalore, like Madhevpura, like Electronic City.
That will be a new corporation?
That I asked a committee to just look into it. Either I'll make a new corporation or some of them may add after the election, not now. Because the rental portion till Nice Road is one, same, and the Electronic City is there. In Electronic City, they pay only 10%, yet they pay 80% of the tax. That should not happen. It should be equally serviced well. That is why even in Madhevpura area where this IT area is there also some lot of loose posts are there in that. They are enjoying that benefit. So we have to take control of this.
Sir, I started by asking you about your performance in the last 1,000 days. I want to end by asking you, where do you see yourself in the next 1,000 days?
Just wait, time will answer for all those things. Time will only answer for all of it.
And on that
If
note,
I comment on that, again it will be a headline, you will leave all other things. DK Shivakumar on this day said this. Yes, today it will be a tomorrow decade. Because people like me, we see Decade not as a newspaper. It is an emotion for us. Every morning, my staff, my son, I have given the responsibility of giving the newspaper to my son. Every day morning he has to pick it down and keep it next to my bedroom. 10 newspapers, 15 newspapers will be there. First I'll look at all other newspapers, then I'll pick up Decade and Prajavani. I feel that there is more, no misuse of this and no Allah Gula takes place, and even the electoral, whatever you that this one is then editorial that will make a lot of sense. Some of my friends say that you don't read anything, you just read editorial first, then you will know things. So like that, lot of issues.
We are an equal opportunity critics, sir. You might have seen some of our editorials
See, I know.
criticizing your policies.
See, I like critics. We like enemies. If enemies are not there, if critics are not there, we will not mend ourselves. We will not mend ourselves. How can if you see, only when we make mistakes, you identify them, then we correct it. We have to correct ourselves. No, to be right on the path, you should have critics. I don't criticize them. I allow them. But in other part of the country, in Tamil Nadu, in Hyderabad, in Telangana, I think your media, your voice is different. But Karnataka, we allow every one of you. You can do whatever you want. Huh? So we should, more strong, more enemies, less strong, less enemies, no strong, no enemies.
That's
And sometimes more work, more mistake, less work, less mistake, no work, no mistakes. See, my chief secretary is laughing at me.
Sir, on that note, thank you for joining us. It was, as usual, a joy speaking with you. And
Anyway, first I would like to thank for calling me here. This is a very important message what we have to send to Bangalore. You know, this Bangalore and Karnataka is very much important for all of us. Whatever we are looking at, the planning we have to do, lot of financial constraints are there. But still, the people of Bangalore are helping us. They are cooperating with us. We are digesting every section of the society. The only problem is that we are not able to allow for much entertainment what they require, what they feel in Delhi or Mumbai. That is what still we are a little bit conservative on that point, except this what culture is there apart from that. But still people want, because all languages have been settled here. But nowhere there is a threat of culture, water, communal rights, because this city is not with any of the river, like Yamuna or like Hyderabad, whatever they have water issues surrounding that is not there. This is a city with a a long way has to go. So it is a blessed city, more or less it is a blessed city. And though no any officer who comes here or anyone who comes here will not go back at any point of time. All technocrats, whether helicopter, 3 days you saw, helicopter machines, here only Tumkur we have given them, HAL, all Boeing, everyone is coming again here. Still lot of things. Artificial intelligence, that I think we are planning in a very big way. IT sector, lot of, I was in Davos, I could meet hundreds of big businessmen all over the world. They wanted to sign. I said, we will not sign anything here. You come to Bangalore, you see there, then we will sign there. I don't want things to be on the paper. I want the things to be practically done here, and we'll give more. One thing was there, Delhi used to help with income tax and tax incentives for them. That issue, if Delhi helps, I think we will challenge any part of the world. I am telling you. That is what the world leaders are looking at Bangalore. This is one important thing what I could see is the quality of primary education and the technical education and the health sector. The number of doctors, 14,000 doctors every year we produce. 1,20,000 medical staff we produce. And the engineers and management. This is the big human resources capital of this country with a fluent language, fluent capacity. You see any CEOs in this world, 15 CEOs of this world, at least 50% are from India and they are from Bangalore.
On that note, sir, thank you so much. And that's the time we have. Thank you for joining us, sir.
Thank you.
A big round of applause for our Deputy Chief Minister.